Hello and welcome to my presentation on differentiating by interest. I have chosen to use a strategy found in my choice text. The book is called How to Differentiate Instruction in Academically Diverse Classrooms. It's by Carol Ann Tomlinson. One of the strategies in this book on differentiation is talking about differentiation by interest. Differentiation by interest helps teachers differentiate in ways that students feel like they may learn the best. There are 5 key goals of the strategy of lesson differentiation by interest that Tomlinson talks about in the book. The first one is helping students realize that there is a match between school and their own desires to learn. Second, demonstrating the interconnectedness of learning. 3, using skills or ideas familiar to students as a bridge to ideas or skills less familiar to them. Fourth, helping students develop competency and autonomy as learners. And 5, enhancing student success. In order to use this interest-based differentiation, you need to find out the interests of your students. So some of the ways you can do that would be having the students take a quiz about themselves where they answer a few questions so you can find out more about them. They could do a learning styles test. This is one of my favorites to understand how the students learn the best. You could have your students make lists about things that they like to do, just different lists about their favorite food, different things they like to do, what they do in their spare time, anything that comes to their mind. And then just also a great way to get to know your students is to have conversations with them. These conversations that you have throughout the year and in your classroom, outside of the classroom, will help you really realize what their interests are. So I teach 7th grade science, which is middle school, and my students are about 12 to 13. So thinking about that and thinking about our curriculum and what I could do, this is what I came up with for an interest-based differentiation lesson. So what I'm thinking is to jigsaw into differentiated groups. So students can, by their interest, will be differentiated into groups. As we explore a topic, students can pick something they find more intriguing from the topic. Then students will be able to work with teams, people that like the same interests that they do, to explore what they are most interested in and what they want to learn more about. So say we're learning about cells and my students really have an interest in learning about how many cells are in the body, why it's important, how they function daily. Okay, that's the topic that some of them are interested in. They would get together with their group and research this more. Then I would have them they could make a presentation, a video, a picture, just a speech, whatever they want to do, to present to the class to have a conversation about what they learned about this topic. So this is the sheet that I'd pass out to the groups with the directions they would get. They would write their research topic and their group members on it. I would go through the directions with students and make sure they understood what is required of them. I would also give the students a rubric to go off of, something similar to looking like this. I'd maybe choose a few other things as I made this kind of quickly. But I think a rubric is a great way for students to understand what they need to include in their research topic. I think that what I'm really focusing on is students picking something of their interest and showing me that they gained more knowledge than they had before about this topic, showing me why they were interested in it and what else they learned from it on genetics. Tomlinson explains other ways to use differentiation interest-based. She says that there are many instructional strategies that are ready-made to support interest-based differentiation. Some of the examples that she has in her book are orbitals. This is a strategy students use to raise questions that interest them personally and find answers. Another one is design a day. Students decide what to work on for a class period or several class periods. a WebQuest. This is a teacher-designed inquiry-based learning strategy developed with specific learning goals in mind. They could use Jigsaw. This is a collaborative strategy students use in expert groups with peers, kind of like what I designed, having students find something they're more interested in. Students could use literature circles. This is a student-led and role-based discussion forum, allowing students to read on topic interests they share with classmates. And interactive notebooks, she also talks about. These encourage students to think broadly and deeply about a topic and can be teacher-guided, student-directed, or a combination of two. I've seen these used a lot in the science classroom, and they can be used in very flexible ways for students in that way. I hope you learned more about interest-based differentiation. I hope to use this lesson I built in my classroom and let you guys know how it goes. Thank you.